Let's get into a time check. It is currently like 9:12-ish a.m. and I want to know, how much time have you spent on your phone doom scrolling and checking and reacting to social media since you woke up this morning? I'm sure you're like me and you check it like the newspaper. So if you could ballpark it, think about it right now. Ask yourself if you could go 72 hours just using your phone for only texts and only calls. Our next guest says mindful moderation isn't easy, you guys, when most apps are designed like slot machines. But cognitive neuroscientist Dr. Fratantoni is here to share how to quit your phone addiction and take your brain back. I have to be honest with you, I've been on my phone a lot this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so there's actually a study that had participants do a 72-hour, basically like freedom from your smartphone, all the things. Tell me what the findings were.
Yeah, so they had young adults, 25 young adults went 72 hours without their phones. They could text and call, but just not use the internet or any social apps. They got a brain scan before and after the 3 days. And what they found was changes in activation in areas that are associated with reward addiction networks. So this is the nucleus accumbens, the anterior cingulate cortex. These are regions that we see activate in when people are addicted to other substances like tobacco, alcohol, cannabis. But they also saw that these changes were associated with neurotransmitter systems like dopamine and serotonin. So dopamine, motivation, craving, and serotonin being mood.
Interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of pros and cons, because basically what I heard you say is your phone is just as addicting as cigarettes and cannabis, but can give you all the positives as well on the other end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's difficult. Okay, so what's going on in the brain when we're craving something, right? Because you kind of get that craving in your head of like, ooh, what's going on Instagram? You know what I mean? Let me go check.
Yeah, so I want to explain something called a habit loop. And so this is how all addiction and cravings are formed. So you've got a trigger, a behavior, and a reward. So the trigger could just be seeing your phone. The behavior is scrolling on your phone. And the reward is the dopamine hit of feeling good. And that feeling good is what drives you to then do those behaviors again. But with that context, I want to offer a new perspective. And it's this: digital addiction isn't a phone problem. It's actually an emotion regulation problem, because feelings and feeling good are what drive habits. And so a lot of people are using their phone as a way to avoid stress or cope with stress or avoid feeling any other uncomfortable emotions. So if you want to think about breaking a habit or how to break that habit loop, you actually have to zoom out before the cue and realize what's driving me to want to reach for my phone. And you need to replace that behavior with something that can help you regulate your emotions and manage that stress.
You're making me uncomfortable right now, because you're reading me through and through, because it's so true what you're saying, in the fact that like you go out of your way to do certain things, right? So you want to make sure you get a good picture, right? You take the time to do it because you know you're going to get the serotonin from the likes that you get back from that picture. It makes so much sense as far as why like you said, it's a loop, why we continuously do it. Do you have any tips on how to manage the stress or regulate those emotions, and so we don't go to that always as our coping mechanism?
Yeah, well, of course, sleep and exercise are going to be the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to helping regulate emotions. But one strategy that you could do to manage stress in the moment is it's a type of breathing called a physiological sigh. Have you done this before?
I have not, but you know what? I'm trying all sorts of things this morning. Let's do it.
Okay, so it's really simple. You're just going to take a full breath in through your nose. You're going to take an extra sip of air in at the top, and then big exhale through your mouth.
I feel better.
That's it. Yeah, it's a pretty immediate relief. You get to modulate your brain chemistry in real time and regulate your nervous system, so that can help in the moment manage stress.
Okay, but in English terms, basically your brain is getting oxygen, right? You're feeling better. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, you're actually optimizing the levels of norepinephrine. And so when you change the levels of oxygen in your blood, that's what helps to modulate.
Very good. Okay, you know what? This is why she's here, so she can say it the hard way, and then I'll translate it for you guys at home. Now, if someone thinks they might be addicted to their phone, what can they do? What is something tangible they can do today? We just did that deep breath.
Yeah, so we know that you can't heal in the same environment that made you sick. And research has shown that even taking short breaks from your phone can really help with mental health as well as cognitive performance. So you could try doing your own 3-day detox. This is something I help people do in corporate workshops or working one-on-one to improve their focus and establish healthier habits with technology.
Okay, so being intentional about how we go about our journey with our phone.
Yes.
I like that. Very good. Okay, you have a newsletter that discusses digital detox and all the things. Tell me where people can find more.
Yeah, absolutely. The best way to keep learning is to subscribe to my newsletter, which is called Better Brain. It's on Substack. Or if you want to learn with me on Instagram at Dr. Julie Fratantoni.
Oh my goodness, well you gave us all the tips this morning. We're gonna try today, you guys. We're gonna try. Just put it to the side every now and again. Julie, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Erin.